Hey, what's going on, everyone? Recently got a new furnace install, and this house, the humidity seems to be high, so I've got it down, dehumidifier running in the basement. And I also wanted to add one of these ultraviolet lights to put in here to try to kind of, kill some of the airborne virus, bacteria, that type of thing, mold spores, anything like that. I thought maybe it would help, so I'm going to try to put that in the ductwork. And it does have a little template, so what I'm going to do is, this thing says that it's designed for metal ductwork or fiberboard plenum. So a lot of people talk about the A coil and getting mold in there. I've never had that issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to install this thing on the fiberboard that's on the cold air return. And you say, well, why would you put it in the cold air return? Well, because it's always the same constant temperature coming back. I mean, you're probably between, 60, 75 degrees on your cold air return. But I thought it might give a longer lifespan to the bulbs, because here in Ohio region where I'm at, if I put this after the A coil, well, when the furnace runs in the wintertime on emergency heat, that propane heat, that's some hot air coming up through there. So I figured I might get a little longer life out of the bulbs, and I'm just trying to disinfect the air, more or less, moving through there. So that's my thought, plus the air moves a little slower on the cold air return side. So we'll see how that works out. But this thing just came, I think I got it from Amazon. It was one that had a year warranty. It had a few thousand reviews and it was over 4 stars. So I went ahead and thought it would be a safe bet. Picked this one up. And I did look into the bulb price. They're supposed to last, about a year or so, at least a year. And then I checked the replacement cost for the bulbs, and they're about $15 a piece. So not too bad if it's effective and it does work. So here it is, the model I got. This is a little higher on the wattage for the bulbs. Of course, the bulbs will come out here. These are 50 watt, I believe, is what the bulbs are. Let's see, let's check these real quick. All right, so here's one of the bulbs. Open it up. I don't want to touch the bulb. I know it says you can clean it with an alcohol wipe if you do touch it, but try not to touch the glass side of the bulb. So here's what the bulbs look like. And then, of course, they just plug in, to this unit. One on each side, and then you put that into your ductwork wherever you so desire. This one did have a 9-foot cord too. That was another deciding factor that had me pick that one up. Okay, I made a liar out of myself here. This is a 9-watt bulb. Okay, so I guess between the two, you got 18 watts. Maybe I was looking at a different one. I thought I ordered it. Oh well, that's the thing that comes with age. So the benefit to that is it will run cheaper, I suppose, because I'm going to leave this thing run all the time. So what I want to do is I want to use my template. And since I am putting this in the fiberboard, I'm going to cut a piece of metal and mount this to the metal. That way I can tape the metal into the duct and that metal can stay there all the time. But this unit will still be able to unscrew from the piece of metal and remove it easily. Because if you try to tear that tape off every time, you're going to tear up your fiberboard. So let me get this made and then I'll show you the installation. All right, quick update here. From this hole across to the other hole, I measured it, it's 6 3/4. And if I measured on the piece itself here, it's 7 inches. So this template is not to scale, so it's pretty well worthless. So I'm going to make do by using the actual piece and the old trusty tape measure. All right, here's the furnace. So as you can see, the filter down here, that is the cold air return plenum for ductwork. And this piece had been patched before, so we already have metal, pieced into this fiberboard. Got a nice big area. That should shine through this cold air return duct. And actually it should catch, even part of the filter. So that's a good place. I found my mounting location. So let me go modify my template and get this cut out. All right, so I got the sheet metal here marked. There's the center, and then it was like 3 5/8 apart from the 2 bulbs that go in. So I'm gonna drill one here, one here. I'll slide that in place, and then I'll mark my 4 corners and drill those holes for the screws. All right, guys, I got my hole cut. Got me a little level just to make sure it's straight across. I think I got the width right. Cut it just a hair big. There's the pieces. I just used a drill and a metal cutting blade. Wrote a zip, zipped them out, and then cleaned the edges up here a little bit. I'm gonna go get my piece, see if it fits. Okay, here's the units. We're gonna test fit this here. See if this goes in. So the holes went in, but we need this to go flush. Make sure it's working correctly. And it does. I think. There we go. I had to wiggle a little bit. So now we're flush all the way around. So now I can mark these holes and put my sheet metal screws in there. They're self-tapping screws, but this stuff is a bear. The drill bit had a hard time, so I'm going to drill some tiny little holes in there first. Alright, I got the little starter holes drilled there. Got them marked. Got the bulbs. They just push in this unit. So I got the bulbs in. So go ahead and try to get this thing in place here. All right, we got her in place. So they all went in nicely. Now we gotta plug this in. It just goes into a 110 outlet. So let me find an outlet and get this thing hooked up. All right, got it plugged in. Fished around and found a 110. And this UV light, you're not supposed to look directly at it. In this particular model, that just shows the units working, but it really don't tell you if the bulb's working. That's the only thing I didn't like about that one. And I was mistaken. I looked it up. I'll leave a link to this one in Amazon, or if you want to look at some of them. This one does have a 3-year warranty, and I do believe it was one of the first. So I went ahead and picked it up, but where I put it, see the light there? You can see that it's working. The indirect light is shining on my filter. That's what I wanted. I thought that'll keep my filter nice and clean too, and I can check it quickly and make sure the bulbs are working. Just the way the design of my furnace is. Yours may be different. So that's pretty cool. So I'll just leave this thing on all the time. Now I got a little UV light protection down there, and I can easily tell it's on. So you guys let me know what you think. If you have one of these units, if you think it works. I'm kind of excited to try it. And leave me a comment. I'd like to learn what everybody else is doing. Hey, it's Zuki Play, signing off from the basement. You guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.